shot. Give him again.
All right, so we got Cody up from Oregon. Josh walked over.
I drove.
He lives right down the road. But we're here to talk about our 2019 series that we just got done with, obviously, and then jumping into 2020 and talking about what we have planned for the upcoming season.
Yeah, we're stoked on this year. We have had some good success in the past years, and we've really narrowed our areas down to where if we just go in and beat feet, that it's just a matter of time before we see animals. So I think one thing to mention is Joseph's 2018 bear. He put a great shot on that animal, and unfortunately it dropped down into a gully, but 8 hours later we got him up and out.
We shot him at what, 5, and we were back at the truck done at 12 at night.
Yeah, so that was a tough pack out, and when you're hunting steep country,
Coastal,
it's anything in a canyon can be a steep pack out.
and that was before we even thought about even doing this.
Right. And then last year, I was fortunate enough to get my first bear that actually made book. Shot him at 200 yards, and he was a little bit easier of a pack out, but anytime you put a big animal down on the ground, it's going to be tough. And I was just fortunate enough to put a good shot on him and get him out, and my first bear was nothing to complain about by any means. Anyways,
That's on.
Yeah, you can check it out on the YouTube channel.
If you go on to the channel, Way Out West Adventures, you can see Cody smoke
His first bear.
his first black bear.
yeah, it was quite the experience, and I'm more than happy to go back and just see the country down there, and hopefully put some other guys on their first bear.
Yeah, so we got 5 tags
Yep.
this year. 5
5 of us.
of us true. 2 buddies, and 2 guys have not shot bears.
I've missed 2 of them. I've shot at 2 bear and missed both of them.
So he'll be a first, and then we got another buddy coming, and he'll be up too.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get them their first bears, and then we'll worry about the rest of us. But hopefully we can fill 5 tags. Where we hunt, the bears are there.
Yeah. You
They're
guys
there.
got a lot of footage last year that didn't make the cut even. That
Yeah.
you guys were on bear every day, so I seen a lot of the behind the scenes. And there's some bear down there, that's for sure.
So-
Actually, we seen a YouTube channel of a bear that you guys were watching that another guy shot at too, right?
Yeah, there were some guys down there that, yeah.
Yeah. Just scrolling the old YouTube.
Yeah, if you can't tell, we're pretty excited about the bear season, the spring bear season this year.
It's a fun hunt. The thing that I like about bear, I mean, granted, I want to be successful. We all want to be successful. But to me, bear hunting isn't about the success, realistically. Because it's springtime, it's hot out. You're up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, because that's when it gets light. You come back and crash for 3 hours, and you head back out for the evening, and you don't get to bed till 11 because it gets dark at 10. But when, like, the difference between spring bear hunting to me and elk hunting is I take elk hunting very serious. As you can tell on the video from this year, I got pretty emotional. I don't know if I would get that way with a bear, but it's more relaxing. It really is.
It's
You
more
can-
fun. There's not as much pressure on it.
No, I feel like I have to kill something when I go elk hunting, or even blacktail hunting for that matter.
Yeah.
My reputation's on the line.
Mhm.
That's how I feel, and maybe that's just my competitive nature. I don't know, but bear hunting I don't get that way, and it's just more relaxing. You crack more jokes. It's not as serious to me. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a great time, and not only seeing bears, but you get to take a peek at what else is out there. You get to see all the elk numbers, the deer numbers. You know, everything seems to be coming alive in springtime, and that's just another reason why you want to be up there and see the country. Not only you get to hunt black bear, but you get to see all the other animals that are out and about, and do a little scouting for the fall. So definitely excited.
Where we do bear hunt, I have elk hunted there a couple times, so it is nice to be able to go to an area where you know that the elk are there, and you're looking for maybe potential bulls that you can maybe be chasing and harvesting. Not even 3 months later.
Yeah. We plan on hunting Oregon archery elk this year, as well as the spring bear and possibly deer, blacktail deer on the coast of Oregon. We'll see how that all goes once the time comes and we buy our tags. But right now we're focusing on these guys.
So last year we jumped from bear. Cody got a beautiful bear, one that you should be very proud of. And then we jumped right into elk season, and we hunted 4 different units.
Yeah, we
just went and we looked for
Yep.
sign.
Yep, we cruised up and down and tried to find good sign, and we got on a lot of animals. It just seemed as if everything was just barely out of reach, and
They weren't talking.
weren't talking. Let a couple arrows fly, but there were some tough shots.
You got on a herd opening weekend. That was by far the biggest herd.
The biggest herd.
I've ever seen in my
There
life.
was probably 50 or 60 head in there. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of spikes.
But
Not a lot of branch bulls.
At
but
that time, you didn't have an elk.
No.
You never killed an
No.
elk. So it's you were willing to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was taking the shoes off and being as quiet as I could, trying to get a chance at a bull elk, but took till muzzleloader season to get it done, and boy was it an experience in itself.
But before that, Oregon, there was a day Cody was working. I probably had one of the best elk days of my life. So I was saying, we were looking for sign, mainly rubs. We wanted to hunt bulls, and we jumped from, I think, 3 or 2 units before we got to the unit that we saw massive amounts of sign. A lot of rubs. I mean, how many rubs did we see that one evening?
Countless.
Just the evening. So we knew this was it. We finally found our area, and so we hit it hard. And I've never been one to bugle. I think my bugles sound fine, but I don't have it to. I've never been able to communicate with them. It's a struggle for me. So I've always used my feet to find them. And I mean, I found them this day. I found 3 different herds, and there was this rub. We saw 3 rubs on alders about this big, and he was raking that huge alder in, I mean, just a swath of 4 or 5 feet the whole way. And I knew that was the one I was wanting to get. And the cool thing is I actually got on him, and he was big. He's by far one of the, maybe even bigger than this guy. He was huge, and it was on public land, and I screwed it up. But the thing is, you know, we hunted the sign, we got on a lot of good elk, a lot of big bulls, and we didn't even use calling to find them.
Yep.
So there are different ways and tactics you can go about. If they're really not talking to you, you just gotta do the footwork. And that's how we got all the elk in Washington.
Yeah, those bulls didn't talk one. We heard one bugle, I think, the whole week we we hunted that was
Right.
for sure a bull,
Right.
not.
That was opening morning before light.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were
Mhm.
sitting there in the dark, and then
Yeah.
that's when that was the only one we heard.
Yeah, and even our bugles never got a response. Our cow chirps never got a response. Nothing. So
And we just pounded the timber.
we
Pounded the timber.
pounded the timber a
I
lot.
think we put on probably 50 miles that week,
Yeah.
and that was a true testament to our success.
It was. It really was.
And there was no one there.
No, no.
There were people on the roads.
Yeah, they're
A couple
driving the
times
roads.
you would see them, but if you guys just get off the roads, get into the drainages, get into the timber, I personally don't think they like clear cuts at that time of year. You'll see them in clear cuts. Cody got one
Beating.
in a clear cut, right at light.
Right
and his
at light.
your first bull.
Yep, yep.
He shot his opening day
Yeah.
at about noon or 1.
Yeah, let me tell you, that was a long day. Before we even shot the elk.
Right.
That was day one. We hiked our butts off, and I was not ready to throw in the towel, but I was like, man, I don't know if I can do 7 days of this. This is gonna be rough.
We just got done doing Oregon, so we were like,
Yeah, they
let's
were
go.
all acclimated.
We were conditioned.
They were conditioned and acclimated, and I just got off my couch, which is not gonna happen this year. I promise you that. So, but yeah, we shot him. I think it was 2 o'clock. Something like that.
Well, we were talking about eating lunch. I know we were past
Yeah,
lunch.
it may have been
We were
noon.
past lunch because we ate lunch before we took care of him.
Yeah, so yeah, we got him out right at dark. Like, got him back to camp right, maybe a little after dark.
I thought, man, we were heading in right about like half an hour left of light.
Yeah, we had the headlamp out, I believe.
Yeah, we were trying to get out before dark. That was for sure.
And all this is up on our YouTube page.
Yeah,
We did a little day by day elk series in Washington. We could have done Oregon, but you wouldn't have seen much.
Yeah.
But Washington, we were like, you know what? No, we got to stick to this. We kind of stuck to our old ways in Oregon and kind of put the cameras away and just hunted. But
Mhm.
we're trying to do this now. We're going to really focus on filming our hunts, bringing, ways to hunt. Not only
our experiences and how we tackle different animals different times of year and share our success with you guys. Pretty much.
So yeah, so Washington was a good time.
Yeah,
We had a good year last year.
we
did. Many opportunities the year before, so 2018.
Yeah,
I shot my bull, which is this guy right here. I shot him second day, and then you and James had, many opportunities.
yeah. We saw a lot of elk.
So we're it took years, but when you find an area, I'm definitely gonna go look for more areas because you have to keep broadening your horizon.
Right.
But we definitely have it down to where we have a good area. Obviously, I put a bad shot on mine and we lost mine, but we could have tagged out.
Yeah, we could have done the old
We
hat
could have
trick.
done the hat trick.
Yeah, our freezers are full this year, and we're definitely excited for the upcoming season and what 2020 has to bring.
Yeah.
And we're excited to see what you guys have. We're always interested in what stories you guys have to tell and the animals that you guys put down and the country you're seeing. So go ahead and like our page and subscribe and drop a comment with your name and some of your success stories, because one hunter to another, we're excited to see what you guys have to offer and our experiences we have to share. So
Yeah, we can all learn from each other, that's for sure. Everybody encounters different things.
I don't think you'll ever be a master of
no,
the woods, dude.
No.
There's you always learn new ways, new techniques.
What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
You're right.
That's right.
It's always different. And these animals are only getting smarter. I mean, I remember when I first started elk hunting, you could rip off the most novice bugle and get answers everywhere, and now you can't even get bulls to talk to you sometimes. Depends on the areas and the competition too, but
Yeah. It was last year was a tough calling season, but we still managed to get meat in the freezer, so
Our plan B was hit
timber,
do
do
what
the
we
dance.
do what
Cover
in Washington,
ground.
just cover ground.
yeah.
Cover massive amounts of ground. That's the only thing you can do.
And honestly, like my bull, I almost walked by Joseph seeing him. I almost walked right past him. Joseph's the one that seen him. Otherwise, I was by myself when he was with Cody. At that moment, he would have busted on me before I had seen him, more than likely. And so it's honing it all, because when you're in the timber, you're actually hunting. You're not just walking. You gotta hunt more than you walk, kind of deal. But you're also covering ground, so you keep your eyes peeled, your ears, your nose, everything.
Yeah. So 2020 is almost here. Like we said, we drew 5 tags. So we're going to be in Oregon, hunting black bear. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
This will be your first out-of-state hunt, huh?
Yeah.
So it's the first time Josh is going to be out of state.
I'm a Washington boy. Always hunted it.
And so we'll be in Oregon. We're going to be chasing black bears. We're going to go down May 1st to the 3rd as a group, for sure. And then we're going to go back down the last week of May. What I was always told, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I heard that they rut in June.
That's when I
so
always seem to see them.
the more you are towards the end of the spring bear season, I think you have a better chance of seeing bears.
Just from our experiences.
I mean, what, the first May, we went down 3 days and we saw one bear.
Right.
Good bear.
Right.
But we didn't see anything else for those 3 days.
Right.
But then, the end of May, you got,
We seen 5
yeah, in one day.
in one day,
And I think we saw a total of 9 or 10
the whole time.
the whole time.
Counting
We
the
saw
cubs.
5.
Counting the 3 cubs.
We saw 5 the last day.
Mm-hmm.
So in Washington, they don't give out nearly as many tags or units to hunt in for black bear. But me and Josh are going to put in. And they go to the 15th of June, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a unit that we're going to put in for. It's a tough draw. We won't draw, but we're just going to keep putting into it until we draw it eventually.
Yeah.
So Oregon ends 31st. Washington and some units ends the 15th of June, which is something to think about.
So don't get discouraged in the early parts of the season. You know, if you
Yeah.
just stick with it and stay consistent, the season gets better for spring bear as it goes on. And so that's something to keep in mind when you guys are out there trying to be successful.
And weather.
Yeah, weather has a lot to do with it.
I drew Oregon tag a couple years ago before me and you even got together, and I went down April 1st, and I'll never do it again because the
It's nasty.
downfalls,
Yeah.
the roads are just horrible. You're running a chainsaw more than I'm doing anything else. Someone else can do that before me. That's how I see it. Let them do the work.
Yeah.
You did it for them.
I did. I'll never do it again because I didn't see nothing. No bear sign at all. Now that might have just been a bad winter.
It was a harsh winter.
I mean, this bear here in Washington was April 15th, opening day. He was out. So who knows? But like Cody's saying, if you're not seeing anything in the beginning of April, at middle of April, even in April period, May is the time, in my eyes.
Yeah.
May or in June, early June, if you can get a state that offers it.
Yeah, last year, the last day, I was in a unit that does not offer a spring bear tag. And we seen 4 bear. We seen 2 boars and a sow and a cub in one clear cut. I mean, they were spread out, but there was a big cinnamon sow with a cub, and then a boar over here and a boar on the opposite side. And so, I mean, I got drawn for another unit that year. I passed up a little bear I mean, he was maybe 65 pounds. I don't even know. He might have had a mom with him, but I had him at 40 yards from me, and I passed him up. And then I did end up finding a big boar, and he walked out, and I was shooting downhill, and I dialed my scope wrong. I didn't account for the angle, so I dialed wrong, and I literally watched the dust blow up behind him, and he kind of looked, and then just took off into the reap rod, and never seen him again. So, and that's just how it goes. It happened so quick. I didn't prepare myself correctly. That I knew that's where he was going to come out. That's where I'd seen most of his sign, and I should have had that all pre-played and my gun dialed and ready, because that's about the only place that he could come out that I'd have a shot. And I didn't do it. So I learned, and I'm going to move on. Hopefully we make it more successful this time.
It will be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. We'll get her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then from bear season, not even 3 months later, we're in Oregon Elk.
Oregon elk.
First weekend of August.
That's right.
I'll be honest, I mean, I've hunted Washington, he's hunted Washington. I haven't gone outside of Washington but Oregon, and I love Oregon.
I drive through Oregon a lot because I work down there, and the elk herds are just incredible.
Anyone that hunts Washington knows our politics up here and on how they manage. I mean, there's elk up here, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best state by any means. We don't have the numbers. I think Oregon, from what I last heard, they're number 3 in the
Elk
nation
population.
for elk population.
Yeah.
There's I think Colorado, Montana, and then it goes to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon it's kind of that hidden gem, realistically. It really is.
Well, there's a lot of timber. There's a lot of thick
It's the coast.
reed prod that, there's a lot of cover and just good habitat and not a lot of pressure when you got canyons that are like,
Yeah.
People don't want to go down there.
So.
But over the course, I've hunted now 3 years. You've hunted, and we've been hunting there. You live down there. But we feel that we have we're learning.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll start killing.
Yeah.
In Oregon. Hopefully this year will be the year. I'm definitely I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go after that guy. He's big. Hopefully no one got him during the rifle season. But
Yeah.
if his rubs are there, I'm gonna have to be there by myself. If you guys want to go somewhere else.
Oh
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But I'm kind of a meat guy. I'm not picky. I like to shoot big things, but I got 4 kids to feed too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend $700 on a tag. I'm gonna fill my freezer.
And that's the thing about Oregon. Oregon's not cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, it's not. I mean, you can buy a Washington tag. I think they're one of the cheapest, $4.99.
Yeah.
Don't hunt Washington. It's going to be hard because we don't have the numbers like a lot of other states have.
And a lot of it's draw or east-west and
That's funky.
yeah,
But
it's just there's so much to know, and the only reason I know it is because I live here.
Right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't even think about hunting here.
But Oregon is a little spendy. What is it? $560, $570 for the tag,
Yeah.
and then another $180, $70 for
license.
your license. And if you have the coast, that's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Do your scouting. Get out in the summer and
Harvest
find
reports.
the animals. Yeah, harvest reports are big, but yeah.
Harvest reports and e-scouting, Onyx,
Onyx, use your Onyx a lot. That saved
Google
us.
Earth.
Yep. And find the areas, Look
Rubs.
find the rubs, find the sign, Try to get behind gates and go where there's not a lot of other traffic. Because, low pressure areas, they're not going to be pressured, they're not going to be spooked. So
they
you might have,
even talk.
yeah.
Or, yeah.
So then from Oregon. Last year was a 2-week difference.
This year it'll be 1 week. It'll be 1 week break
It'll be a 1-week break.
from archery to muzzleloader. So
Yeah,
we'll roll right
yep.
into.
We'll have 1
muzzleloader.
week to go back to work, and then we're back into Washington
To do muzzleloader.
to do muzzleloader in Washington and start doing the timber dance.
Yep. Yep.
Start looking and just.
We got some areas that we found last year that I think we want to get into a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that and looking at maps, and there's a lot of uncharted territory out there for us that we want to get to. And as far in as we were, we didn't see anybody, so I imagine there's nobody past that as well.
Yeah.
So
In Washington, hopefully it'll be as good. I mean, the last 2 years were good, so hopefully we just continue that. There's a lot of gates we can go behind either, and there's that one permit that we can't get a hold of.
yeah, I've emailed them and I still haven't heard anything. So
And we're not scared to buy permits. A lot of people don't like to buy permits. Where we hunted in Oregon and Washington for elk, we were on public land.
Yep.
That was public land.
Yeah. Primarily, all of our hunting is public land.
Deer hunting, I hunt on the Weyerhaeuser. He hunts on the Weyerhaeuser. I pulled a lot of nice bucks off of Weyerhaeuser land.
And we're gonna bring more blacktail footage. It was kind of a hectic year for us this year with the elk and everything else going on in our lives. So his son filmed his hunt, which I was in the woods the same day. I shot a deer the same day, but my camera was in my back seat of my truck, and he got his filmed. But we're gonna communicate and get that all together better, because that was just the day where I thought he was at work and he thought I was at work, and we were both hunting. So we should have been together. It would have been a lot better, but it turned out well. We both got meat in the freezer. So
And hopefully we can get together, some, maybe not this year, but soon we'll start doing some out-of-state blacktail, not blacktail, well, yes, Oregon, but maybe
Oregon,
go over in Montana and Wyoming and hit up some of those states for some mule deer
Yeah.
or
Whitetail.
elk. I've never been past, you've hunted mule deer, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've hunted
deer.
Eastern
You've
Oregon.
hunted Eastern Oregon and Washington,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you've hunted.
I've shot whitetail and mule deer on Eastern Washington.
I have not. I've only been over here on the coast. I'm a coastal boy. I haven't popped my cherry yet. Going over to
I'll tell you from my experience, there's nothing like a blacktail hunt. They're just, that's
it's
what I grew up doing.
it's my favorite.
Yeah,
I love elk
I-
hunting. It's the hunting in general. I probably like elk hunting,
Mhm.
but the species,
Yep.
I like blacktail.
Yeah.
If you can manage to harvest a mature blacktail buck, you're a badass in my book.
Yeah, me too. Because
'Cause
I've
it's
been
not
doing it my
easy.
whole life, and I've got a 3x4 with eye guards, and he's a basket rack. That's probably the
Mhm.
biggest blacktail I've ever shot. I mean, and I've seen some big ones, but
Yeah.
I've seen this guy kill 2 big ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are it's just, yeah. If you can get on those things, they're incredible, and they're literally ghosts. They call them the gray ghosts for a reason.
They
Because
are.
I've seen them in timber, and they don't run. They slip.
Mm-hmm.
They're where'd to go.
Don't blink.
Yeah, as soon as you blink, it's gone.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of rut hunts. I mean, when
No.
you see those big boys, they're often chasing does. They're not thinking straight. And when you don't have a rut hunt, you're trying to get them in the summertime. And a lot of the times they're very nocturnal, and they don't show themselves during the day. So, like,
Washington and Oregon both, they dabble a little bit. They'll give you a little taste. I mean, Washington ends always on Halloween,
mhm.
and then you get another 4 days in the middle of November after the main rut. I mean, let's just be honest. Now, you, depending on the weather, you can hit or miss. You might be a little bit better at the end of October, or it might be a little bit better in November, just based off the weather. But Oregon, on the other hand, they end the first weekend of November.
Yep.
So this year, Oregon's lights out. Because
And,
Oregon ends on the 6th.
6th. Give you 5
They
extra
give you
days.
It's either the 6th or the 5th. I think it's the 6th.
I think it's the 6th.
6.
But they'll give you all the way till they give you 6 days in the beginning of November, which is phenomenal in my book. I mean, I'm really tempted to go down there this year, but I don't have the experience in Oregon. I don't know.
Right.
It's straight.
They also lowered the tag limit to spike buck pretty much up and down the coast. So
Which we up here in Washington, we've always had that. Oregon's always had a 2-point minimum.
2-point minimum.
Which is, being up here, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So-
You want the bigger bucks, or the littler bucks to be big bucks. And
People in Oregon might think that's a good idea at first.
it's not.
It's not.
We don't see a lot of 2 points, 3 points.
The spikes will get slaughtered,
Every year.
and that's a lot of bucks getting killed. So that's probably it for our 2020, hitting it, what seasons we're gonna do. And we would like to mention too, we did a giveaway after the elk season. We're probably gonna do a couple giveaways. We're these shirts here, it's gonna be every time we do a hunt, we have our Washington ones on.
Yep.
Every time we do a hunt, we're doing a shirt for that season. So this is going to be our Black Bear Oregon 2020 hunt. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're doing these new sports shirts. We're going to do a giveaway, I think, couple. We're going to do maybe a sports shirt, a t-shirt, a hat, and we're gonna do a hoodie, maybe 2 of those, a package. We don't know how we're gonna do it, but stay tuned for Spring Bear, because we might do one during season and maybe after season.
So if you want some free gear, be sure you like our page, because
Yeah.
that's gonna get your foot in the door.
I gotta keep you up to date on when we're gonna give away. If
Yeah,
you like, and
we got plans. Hopefully we'll design more shirts and get more gear.
yeah, definitely.
But thanks guys, we really do appreciate it. I feel that we are,
We got a lot of support
yeah,
from everywhere. Oregon, Washington.
yeah, not just from online. I feel that even just
Yeah.
people that I've been talking to, that are my buddies that don't hunt, they think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And we just want to bring you what we do.
Yeah. Want to share our stories and hope to hear some of yours in return. And
Yeah, share them. Show us your pictures of your Oregon or your Wyoming elk or your Washington. But, show them to us. I'd love to see them.
Yeah, we like to interact with you guys on everything, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If you guys post or tag us, and a lot of people have been tagging us in posts, which is pretty cool. We like to comment on there and talk to you guys and kind of see what's going on with everybody. So don't be afraid to tag us or anything in any of that stuff with your hunting. We like to see it all.
Just remember, adventures can only happen
way out
way out west.